back to the phone lines. We'll talk first to Alan in Brentwood, Tennessee, listening on Bott Radio. Hi, Alan.
Hi, Hank. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
I have a friend that I met after many years of not communicating with him, who told me after his wife's 3-year bout with cancer and the lack of answered prayer on her behalf, that he basically cursed God and is now living apart from his historical traditional relationship. He says he has been a believer since he was 12 when he was baptized. And I wondered, number one, what does the Bible say about people who, if they were truly a believer in the first place, what does the Bible say about the change in heart? And secondly, what can I do? What should I look to do to try to help him through this and to get back on track?
Yeah, I mean, I think the operative word in your question is if your friend was genuinely a believer. There are a lot of people that have made professions but do not possess a relationship with the living God. And therefore, when difficulty strikes, the very first thing that goes is that intimacy with God, because it was never there in reality. It was only there in pretense, and that may very well be the case. But what you need to do is demonstrate to your friend that God created the universe in such a way that there was a potential for evil. And while God did not create the evil, He did allow for its possibility by granting human beings freedom of choice. Human beings actualized evil in the universe as a result of their choices, and yet out of this, God is going to bring about the best of all possible worlds, a world in which we will forever be able not to sin, a world that no longer groans in travail, a world in which there'll be no more death, mourning, crying, or pain. And that is what we look forward to as Christians. So Christianity never pretends to give us a peaceful way to come to terms with the difficulties of life, including losing your wife to cancer or some other dread disease. But what it does give us is something far greater, a way to look beyond the pain in the temporary world to a world in which there will no longer be pain, where destruction, death, decay, and disease is forever eradicated. That's called having an eternal perspective, and that is not a vain dream. It is a reality rooted in resurrection. Christ rose, and that is the earnest of our resurrection. So for your friend, for his wife, for you, for me, we all have a certain destiny, and that is we will be raised from the dead. That's what Jesus Christ said. He said, "Do not be amazed at this. A time is coming when all who are in the graves will come out. Some will rise to live, and some will rise to be eternally condemned." So we look forward to a time in which destruction and disease are no longer part of the planet. But in the meantime, we know that God has a reason for everything, and that all things work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. Which is to say that even Job, who suffered more in a single day than most of us suffer in a lifetime, in the end was accosted by the reality that he does not understand what's going on in the heavenlies, but that God has shown him enough of His nature where he is able to trust Him. And therefore he could say in the end, though He slay me, yet will I trust in Him. So Christianity isn't equipped to answer the why question. It is equipped to teach us to trust God in the midst of our whys.